All right, I think I'm ready to go. Okay. So when I was asked to be a part of this recital, I was beyond thrilled. And to be honest, the excitement in me surprised me because I don't exactly show my work to other people. My poetry is a part of me. So it's a very personal part of me. And every time I get a chance to give it to an audience, I try to make sure that I'm personally delivering it to them on a silver platter. Um, the main themes in my work are related to nature. I absolutely love writing about the moon and basically every element in nature that seems too far for me to reach. And I like to personify these elements and then just let the words take me wherever they want me to go. Um, the first poem I'm going to be sharing is going to be a testament to that. And although most of my work is not titled, I have titled this one. It's called Pink Gray Daydreams. And here it goes. I've been sleeping with dreams, with confusing clouds in my head. They've been sweating it all out, either tears or cold bloodshed. In my head, I've been trying to figure out the purpose of smart stars dancing in the moonlight, of fierce fairies strolling on sunlight. The rainbow is in use to find me the news, but you won't help me when I am confused. What end is the start, and what end of the rainbow conceals the pot? All of this while, the wise gray sky just smiles at me. Wind strokes my head, their dreams tell me. I've gone miles in my sleep, I'll go miles before I sleep. Um, so yes, there's a little tribute to Frost over there at the end, in the last line. The very first poet that I fell in love with was Plath, Sylvia Plath. She was the translation of female rage and the sort of rage that was easily accessible to quiet girls who would bury themselves in books. So people like me. This energy that she had inspired a lot of my work, and I will be sharing this with you today for the sake of the little girl who scribbled poetry behind her physics textbook, simply because the teacher was too quick for me to keep up with her, and it was easier for me to catch clouds than catching up with the teacher. So with that raw energy, this is the second poem. I am in pain that's not my own, and I don't know how to give it back. Or who should I give it back to? Or where did I pick it up in the first place? Or if I'm allowed to put it down. I'm in pain that's not my own, and I know it's not mine because it feels foreign in my body. It feels too heavy for my shoulders. I couldn't have picked it up. It was kept on me. I'm in pain that's not my own, and though I've tried to make it mine, I don't have to stomach for it. I can't stand its smell. I can't bring myself to unwrap. I'm in pain that's not my own, and I wish that I could swallow it whole. I wish I could drown it in my soul. I wish I wouldn't feel it anymore, and I wish I was left alone. So yes, I agree with people when they say poetry needs a pinch of pain. and maybe that's necessary for poetry. I take liberty to extract pain from dysphoria, and I present to you the next poem for tonight. It's going to be called Red Blue Roots. It is strange how sometimes my roots hold me down. They want me to grow in a specific direction. They want me to mingle with just the people of my community. My roots want me to cut ties with the different branches of my individuality. It is strange how my own roots degrade me. It is strange how my roots don't accept me. My roots don't want a specific one in my heart, and I deny. So now, my roots leave their place in the soil and come above the ground to construct a prison around me. Last night, my roots asked me what was I most passionate about. I told them I had this certain lust for the color blue. It made me feel warm and kind. The color blue made me feel safe. The color blue made me feel like the ghost of all my worries were now happy on a rainbow. The color blue told me sadness could be red and brown and green too. The color blue told me that none of this was my fault. Being one with the color blue taught me that you, my roots, can't hold me down forever. One day, you would have to trust me enough and you would have to let me go. You would have to let me grow because I'm not just a flower. I hold stars within me. I am the sun. The color blue told me that clouds, beyond the clouds, there was a sky. And that is where I was meant to be. The color blue told me that even when I love you, I'm allowed to leave. As much um, as I love turning negative emotions into poetry, I make sure I write about them only after I heal from them. So if I'm feeling those emotions deeply today, I let myself feel it, and tomorrow I think about it and sit down and write about it. And I feel like this is a healthy way to communicate with my emotions and translate them into poetry. Um, so yes, another work with similar with a similar theme. This one does not have a title. My hollow heart omits opinions written with ink flowing from permanent markers and grabs my shoulders and shakes them thoroughly. My hollow heart yells, implores, begs me to let myself believe that opening up to you, bleeding onto you, will only fasten my grip of the obsession over you. Nothing good was ever going to come if I allowed my passion for you to grow taller than myself. And although I have allowed your eyes to hold powers mightier than my known essence of my existence, I cannot be painting sunrises and sunsets, and I can't be housing and nurturing trees within gardens, within forests, within me. So I scratch the edges of my existence, and I desperately try to find the evidence of theories that might suggest that I may be able to flourish without you. But God, I am a fragile flower, and my roots have your fingers wrapped around them. You see, I have no recollection of my thoughts before you. I didn't think before you. I only felt. And memories of memories can't always be true. I make most of us up in my head, so I might have made up most of me too. The earliest thought I know to be mine is when I decided to carve your name to every bone of my being, thinking it would make me feel safe. I remember soaking myself in lime and I remember scrubbing the edges of rusted metals. I thought your thoughts and I believed them to be mine. I wanted so bad to start anew and I didn't know how to. So when you told me you wanted me to take charge, I let you. In this way, your revised thoughts became my first ones, and your impressions of me became my reality. And it is upsetting, to say the least, that while I truly believed I was breaking away from what was never meant to serve me, I wasn't. Now I understand. You cannot stand the smell of my ink, so I forbid you to flow from my favorite pen. I will no longer tear away the pages that you exist on. I will simply not let them come to that. And I will not allow myself to be someone else's before I'm my own. Um, you will notice at the end of my poems there tries to be a positive ending. So even though the emotions might be on the negative side, I try to make sure that they all end with something to look forward to, even if it's not something very happy. In the next one, I write a letter to the moon. Again, the consistent theme of the moon and the stars and all of that very much present throughout the entire thing. And like I said, the need to personify elements of nature is very strong within me. So yes, in this poem, I write a letter to the moon and make plans to visit the moon. It's called Dear Moon because a letter. Dear Moon, it has been long since I've written to you. I read poetry to you every now and then, but letters have their own ring to themselves, right? So hello, sweet moon, how have you been? In my poems, I have always told you how much I love you, how warm I feel in your presence, how welcoming your smile is, and how talkative your eyes are. I've told you how thankful I am for your life, your comfort, and your love. But dear, I have never apologized in those poems for the mistakes that I have been making. After all the I love yous and thank yous, um, let me put forward sorry and cross off all the words from the universal list of magic words. First of all, I am sorry that the sun gets to see more of me. But I have to go out, and my curfew starts as soon as mom spots you outside my window. I'm sorry she shuts all the windows, and I'm sorry she shuts all the blinds. I'm sorry I can't gather enough courage to ask her. She was brought up behind closed doors, that she was brought up behind closed doors and barred windows. She was brought up to believe that rainbows are a myth and that I am sick, that we are sick. I'm sorry, sweet moon. She still thinks that dark is dangerous and the sun is naturally the chosen one for me. I'm sorry, but I promise, my dear, I'm trying my best. It is a weird scenario. She wants to put love to this. I've been telling her, oh, mother, that's not how it works. And it hurts that she doesn't listen anymore. Secondly, I've been wanting to apologize for the confusion, for my moody behavior, the jealousy with its stupid illusion. I'm sorry I've been made to believe I'm not as pretty as the stars. I'm sorry, but when I act silly, it's just my head and my heart at war. I'm sorry I track you every day, where you go, where you are heading to. I'm sorry for wanting to keep an eye. But I know you will always choose me as the stars. I am the sun. But lastly, and not the least, I'm sorry you won't see this for 2 days. By then, I will have changed forms and I will be sitting in the same cloud with you. Because tonight, sweet moon, I will go to the ocean and I will ask her to take me with her strongest waves. I know she will take me to you. I am a big fan of art films, um, films in which nothing particular is happening, but at the same time, a lot is happening. Um, so, movies where the director portrays the absolute mundane, but there's always like a touch of heartbreak to it. These these movies like really inspired me to sit down and write something and create similar art of my own. So I have a couple pieces which have the mundane, but at the same time have a touch of um, I don't know, I don't know how to say this, but like something naughty and something painful in them at the same time. So yes, this one is called Old T-shirt. You smell like old T-shirts. I mistake you for mine. I let you hang out in my space. You make room in my mind. I wear you all summer. My friends know what you look like. You know what I smell like. I know what you feel like. You know my summer stationery. You know all my hobbies. I'm not usually clumsy, but you've tasted my coffee. You smell like old T-shirts. I mistake you for mine. You made room in my heart. Now I'm filling it with wine. Your print washed out by June. My dog tore your hem in July. I got your sleeve stuck in a door handle. In August, we said bye. I was alone on my birthday, and October flew by. I went shopping on the first day of November and replaced you the same night. You were thrown with old T-shirts. I left you in a pile. My mother disapproves of you, so you weren't allowed to be mine. These pieces often have a light and fluffy undertone to them, but at the same time, it's like they're saying that, no, I won't give you my heart, but I love you and you're allowed to destroy me, but like within my own terms. You know what I mean? Um, Another one that I scribbled away sometime back, and this is like a very short one. It's not even a poem, it's just a little phrase and has the potential of becoming something, but just not yet. Um, so there's this cafe that I go to, and it has tissue papers with the words scribble away written on it. So I took the liberty to scribble away on it. And it goes like this. You ask me to scribble away on you as if it takes nothing out of me to put into words what the twinkle in your smile means to me. The barista was very cute. So this is for that person. Another similar one is this. So like I said, all of these will have the undertone of um, I'm not giving you anything, but like also I'm giving you everything. That's sort of a vibe. I write letters to you in hopes that you won't find them. Because if you do and read them through, you will know what I really mean when I say I like you. And I can't let that. I have let you read my careless thoughts carved on my desk. And I've let you read my favorite poems scribbled on the walls. I've let you, I've allowed myself, I've plopped myself on the examination table, ripped myself apart, and allowed you to harrow through my veins and my neurons. Holding your hands, I've showed you exactly where my skin and flesh come apart. I've given you a scalpel in your hand and drawn dotted lines around every part that you would be allowed to have if I got your attention. And yet, you only like me back. So I can't possibly tell you what I mean when I say I like you. Always nice to mess around with words. So yes, this was about that. This would be the last one for tonight. And like I said, similar tone of playfulness, but also like a heartbreak somewhere in the corner. I put your name in my mouth and let my eyes swallow your face. I give myself permission to imagine you doing exactly everything that they did not do. And I'm okay with it. If you come across this poem, I will tell you it's not. I've convinced myself that you are the exact shape of loneliness that I know. And I believe that you grow and shrink with the rhythm of my heart. That you will always know exactly what I need. And if you ever come across this poem, I will tell you it's not about you. I've never seen you, but I know exactly how you will fit into my arms. I know how you will hold me back, but you don't really hold me back. I know what you like to eat and how you sleep. And I know what you are like when you're mad, but you will not get mad. Because you know women like me. You like me. And I love knowing that you're just in my head. And if you ever come across this poem, I will tell you that you don't know who this is about. And with that, I would like to say thank you for being so patient and listening to me. And that's all I have for today.